I've talked about this product so many times before, but it is so helpful, especially as a woman, and that is washable period products. Whether you prefer the underwear, the cup, there's plenty of other washable items. There's pads. I've tried the pads and I've tried the underwear, and my favorite is the underwear because it honestly feels like you're not wearing anything. I remember back in the day wearing a pad, trying to wear a tampon. Tampons were so uncomfortable, and I'm talking about the disposable ones. Tampons were very uncomfortable. Pads were very uncomfortable. So I switched over to the washable period underwear, and they are amazing. They're very easy to clean. They will last you a very long time. I can't recommend them enough. There are different brands out there. The brand that I purchased from is, I believe it's called Bam Body. I think that's how you say it. Not sponsored. I just went with this brand because they're cheaper. There's a lot of reusable period products that are very, very expensive, but that doesn't mean that they're bad. If you have a bigger budget, then go with those. If you have a tighter budget, then you can definitely find a cheaper route when it comes to reusable period products. There is a wide range these days when it comes to that situation. Again, I can't recommend this enough. I used to have very heavy periods, and with switching over to the period underwear or reusable period products, my periods aren't as heavy anymore. I also am getting older, but my periods aren't as heavy. I rarely deal with cramps. It's not like a dreadful situation at the end of the month. It's like, oh, okay, I started my period. Let me just put underwear on. It's like putting regular underwear on. So it doesn't make me dread it like I used to with sticking the pad, the disposable pad, to my underwear, changing them out every 3 to 4 hours. Like one period underwear will last me a good 7, sometimes 8 hours. Again, I know everybody's period is different, but I've had no leakage at all. Another way to save money as a woman is to do an at-home spa instead of going to a spa. I've always dreamt of going to a spa. I've never been to one, but it will be nice one day. I just don't think I want to spend my money like that constantly if I do make more money. So another way to save money when it comes to either getting your nails done or just relaxing with some beauty maintenance is do it at home. When it comes to feet, I'm really big on trying my best to get rid of my calluses, and what has helped me was DIY foot soaks. There's so many different kinds out there. I know back in the day I used to spend $60 to $80 to go get a pedicure, and now I just do it myself. I don't cut my cuticles or anything like that because I have hurt myself really bad in the past, but there's simpler ways to do an at-home pedicure. You don't have to get like super technical like they do at the salons or at the spas. You can easily just soak your feet in some warm water. I add a little bit of apple cider vinegar to get rid of any type of fungus or just to like soften up the calluses. And I have a battery operated foot filer that works phenomenal, and that little filer lasts like 4 to 6 months, and then you can just replace it, and then you just put on some lotion and socks when you're done, and that's it. So very simple. There's so many other ways to save money with having a spa routine at home instead of spending an arm and a leg out there in the real world. So I highly recommend to do an at-home spa day, whether it's to learn how to do your own nails, your feet, or even like a nice scalp treatment. There's so many ways to learn how to save money within that realm, because there's so many videos out there, so many recipes now to just do it yourself. Like I said, as much as I used to love getting pedicures done, I wouldn't want to pay that bill monthly because it is very expensive, and I found ways to like kind of keep up with my feet without spending that much money at a nail salon or a nail spa. And when it comes to like cutting my nails, I just cut them normally. I don't dig in my nails. I cut them short, whether it's my hands, my feet. When it comes to your feet, I just use a regular bucket. I have this one bucket that I own. I sanitize it when I'm done with my sanitizer spray that I make. So technically you don't need all of these fancy gadgets too. When it comes to at-home spas, you can work with what you have in order to save money and save space. Minimal makeup. There are so many amazing minimal makeup routines online. You don't technically need a bunch of makeup all the time. I used to be a makeup hoarder. I used to never want to leave the house unless I had like 5 layers of foundation, bronzer, 10 layers of mascara. Like my eyelashes were like up to here back then. They were very sparse because when you put a lot of mascara on and you wash it off, like your eyelashes, like you're tugging at them, so they're very fragile, so you start to lose them. But moral of the story, I used to wear a lot of makeup and it used to make me look older. Just the other day I was looking at like old pictures of my clubbing days when I was in my early 20s, and I was like, damn, I look older there than now. Now I look like 10 years younger than those pictures, even though I was 10 years younger in those pictures. And that was simply because I was overdoing it with the makeup, spending a lot of money and wasting a lot of money when it came to makeup. So, I mean, these days I don't wear makeup. I've been taking a huge break. I think it's gonna be, well, it is 5 years now without makeup. So I'm very proud of myself to just take this long break and embrace my own skin. But again, that's not everybody. But what I like more now is not just the saving space and saving money aspect, which is both great, but I like the minimal look because it makes you look fresher and younger with very minimal effort. So if I was to get back into makeup, it will be a minimal look. I'll have like examples here. Very minimal, and again, this will save you space and money and also time. Now when it comes to you having a family, or even if you don't have a family, planning your meals is going to save you money, time, space. What I've been doing these days is I meal prep a lot. If we're gonna have spaghetti at night, I make sure to make only 2 portions, one for me, one for my partner, not to go overboard, not to have a bunch of leftovers, because then that's when we start to like overeat. So I try to tailor our meal planning around our schedule. So I usually do our meal planning around like Sunday night. I personally love to cook. I love to bake. Just this morning I baked fresh garlic knots and it was very relaxing, and instead of like purchasing garlic knots from a place, but by doing this it's also saved me time because you can freeze some of the bread that you make as well. Anyways, I know I'm rambling around, but meal planning is such a key thing when it comes to saving money. Food waste is something that I wanted to get control over because it was not only were we wasting food, but we were also wasting money while wasting food. So that's something that I wanted to get into more. It's like if I meal prepped or plan meals, we can use up what we have, and then when our fridge is empty or bare, then that's when I can go grocery shopping and do it all over again. I try not to like have food just sitting in there. And you know, back in the day I used to have a bag of kale, a bag of carrots, or just things just sitting in the fridge, and I was like, oh, I'll get to them when I get to them, and then kind of like forgetting about those items. So now I make it a point to, all right, I have a bag of kale, let me do some kale salads. I have apples, let me add that to the salad, and just put them in like, I have little glass containers and they work phenomenal. I'll have them linked down below. Best glass containers I've ever purchased. I'm never going back to plastic because they stain, they crack. You do have to be careful with glass containers because they can crack. I mean, but that's glass in general. So you just have to be careful with glass, but overall it doesn't stain. You could put it in the oven if you want. You could put it in the microwave, the freezer. It's very durable for all of those things. I highly, highly recommend meal planning or meal prepping or freezing some of your meals. It is going to save you so much time and money. Next thing is something that I have been learning throughout the years, and that is to either borrow or rent a dress. Now, if you have an event to go to, there are quite a few apps and services where you can rent a dress and bring it back, send it back when you're done with that certain event. Now, this goes for like people that have weddings to go to, that don't necessarily want to wear the same dress at every wedding or every baby shower. I know some people are perfectly fine with wearing the same dress. I mean, that's me all the way. If I feel comfortable in something, I'm gonna wear it constantly. Example A, I've been wearing this sweater forever because it's just something I feel comfortable in. But if you don't feel comfortable in wearing the same thing all the time when it comes to special events, there are websites, there's apps, there's also services around your area that you might not know of where you can borrow or rent a dress. And I say borrow because you can call a friend to see, or a family member to see if they have something in, you know, that you can borrow, or just rent. And this way you're saving money, you're saving space, you're not technically like wasting clothes, you're not keeping these things in your closet and never wearing them again. Especially if you have, for example, I wish I would have rented my prom dress and never ever kept it, because that's like a one night thing and you only wear the dress for a good 4 to 5 hours and that's it. And after prom, you're stuck with the dress. So I ended up like reselling that dress. I think I paid like $400 to $500 for it and I resold it for like $70. Lost out on a lot of money. I wish I would have just rented it and not think about that dress ever again. I've also talked about this one plenty of times before, but that is to buy seasonal clothes, seasonal decor items at the end of each season. If it's summertime, you're gonna wanna purchase winter stuff in the summertime. It's like you have to do the opposite. Say it's wintertime or fall time, then you're gonna wanna purchase summer stuff. I've been doing this for quite some time. My snow boots that I've had since 2016, I purchased those in springtime. They were originally $175. I got them for, like, I think I paid $42 for them. And I still have them till this day. They are a little beat up, but they're still going strong. And they do their job in the winter. They keep my feet nice and dry, and you know, I'm able to walk around in the snow without a problem. That goes to show that you could save so much money by just shopping the opposite season. This is another way to save money on food, and that is doing copycat recipes. For an example, like I told you guys, the garlic knots that I made this morning is a copycat recipe of the garlic knots that they had at Domino's. I haven't had Domino's since I was a little girl. I kind of wanted to make them vegan friendly, and I made them this morning, and they taste exactly like the Domino's garlic bread garlic knots. Another dish that I kind of copycatted was, my favorite takeout is Thai food, and I love Thai fried pineapple rice. And I finally learned how to make it at home. That way we are not spending an arm and a leg on takeout. It is a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to these copycat recipes to get them exactly how you like them, but it is fun in the process with experimenting and learning, like, oh, well, you know, it's not that oil, it's this oil, and it's not that type of herb, it's this one. So not only are you saving money, but you're also learning how to cook better too, which is great. I think in the past 5 years since I moved in with my partner, my cooking game has, like, you know, it's top notch now. When I lived alone, I kind of sucked at cooking. It wasn't the best. I wasn't doing a lot of home cooked meals. It was a lot of frozen stuff. So now I am very, very confident in the kitchen. And that's all thanks to like copycat recipes or just recipes in general online and watching a lot of videos and learning. I think the one thing that every adult should learn, and not just women, every adult should learn is to learn how to cook your own food. Not only can you save money, but you can pass this knowledge down to your kids and to other family members. Like I said, I have so much confidence when I'm in the kitchen. And if I mess up a recipe, I don't beat myself up over it. I just try again. The copycat recipes, if you love Starbucks coffee, there's ways to make it at home. Instead of you paying an arm and a leg for 1 cup, you can make a pitcher of it for the week. And that's it. You just cut your costs, your coffee costs in half or more than in half. Another way to save money is reusable beauty products. Instead of purchasing makeup wipes, disposable makeup wipes, you can have a reusable makeup rag or cloth, however you want to call it. I've had those in the past. They're amazing. I don't have any right now because, again, I'm taking a huge break from makeup and honestly don't know what happened to that cloth. But it did work well. It works with water. You can also use like, what are those called? Like You can use your face oils. I've seen a girl online, I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but I've seen a girl online where she used castor oil and took her makeup off with that. It is a little bit on the thick side, but it took off her makeup, and she had a big bottle of castor oil at home already, so instead of buying a cleansing balm, she just used that and it worked really well. I actually seen a couple people do that. Another reusable beauty product that I personally love is glass nail filers. Instead of disposable nail filers, I have one for my feet and one for my fingers. It just works amazing. You can file your nails and buff them and make them look nice and shiny without purchasing a clear coat nail polish. It's amazing. I don't do it all the time though. You do want to be careful. You don't want to thin out your nails. I do it like once every 2 months. Again, be very, very careful. You don't want to keep buffing them till they're like super weak. It is a great product to have on hand, especially if you're just going to file down your nails, and you can rinse the file under warm water. You can use some soap too if the residue from the nails is not coming off. It works so damn well. Another little hack that I have with beauty products with saving money is try to purchase your tweezers, nail clippers, hair scissors, like you know, if you have like a little, I have like a pair of scissors that I just trim my split ends every now and then. These items, all these items I'm mentioning are from Tweezerman. Again, not sponsored, but I learned a little hack when it comes to saving money. Since these products are so damn expensive, I think my tweezers are like, I think I paid like $28 for them like a year ago. You can send your tweezers, your scissors, and your nail clippers, you can send them back to Tweezerman. All you have to pay for is the shipping label, and they'll sharpen them for free and then send them back to you for free. The most brilliant thing ever. So instead of like getting rid of your tweezers and scissors and nail clippers when they're dull, just get them sharpened, professionally sharpened. I mean, you don't have to get Tweezerman ones, but I don't know anybody that can sharpen these items, so it's really nice that Tweezerman offers this. When you have Tweezerman products, they don't sharpen random products. It has to be from them. But I just thought to mention that to you ladies. If you have Tweezerman tweezers or clippers or nail clippers, you can send them back for them to sharpen them for free. All you have to do is pay for the sticker, the mailing sticker on the envelope. So really, really cool thing. I wish I would have known this back then, because I have thrown out so many Tweezerman tweezers because they were dull. I did not know this hack at all. But yeah, reusable beauty products are phenomenal. There are so many of them. You could save yourself so much money, and you could create less waste for the environment.